Here, and we're joined by Xavier Johnson, Pitt transfer, Indiana, going to play in ball in Simon Scott Assembly Hall next year. Xavier, how are you doing, sir?
I'm pretty well. How are you?
Great. Kevin Brockway with us as well. We were talking off air, and you're still not on campus yet. You won't get here till June. So, what have you been doing with yourself to prepare for the move? And you're changing schools, and so there's going to be some of that. So, have you met any of the guys? Talked to a lot of the guys. How are you working on that transition?
I met pretty much the whole team now. We had a little group message. Everybody been talking. So, that's been going well. I've just been the whole time during the spring, ever since I left school, I've been working out. So, that's the good thing about it. I'm just trying to better my game, be ready for next year.
And speaking of your game, you were the first guy for the new coach Mike Woodson that really kind of got things going, and a very, very important piece. They lose Armand Franklin, but yet you come in and more than fill the void. As a matter of fact, I was talking to someone yesterday, and we were talking about what your contributions are probably going to be, and the expectations are high. And as a transfer, you're coming in on a new team. That can put pressure on a guy. Do you feel pressure, or do you take that on like you want that?
I want it, absolutely. I've dealt with it for the past 3 years. I've been at Pitt, so there's nothing but an expectation.
Kevin?
Xavier, I know we talked on Friday. You're talking a lot about shooting the basketball. What's your shooting routine like? How many shots do you get up? A lot of threes, pull-ups, or take me through that in terms of what an average shooting day at the gym is like for Xavier Johnson.
We work on a lot of stuff. I work on with my AU coaches and trainers over there. We work on pull-ups, catch and shoot off the ball screen. Just passing off the ball screen. We work on pretty much all parts of the game.
And Indiana has pieces, of course, already in place. What about what they have? Trace Jackson Davis, Race Thompson, the other guys that are in place to play with. What about those? What was part of the draw? What about Indiana? What about the coaching staff, Coach Woodson, Dane Fife, all those guys? What was it that drew you to Indiana?
Just a team. Last year, I saw that they were an okay team. I just felt like I could make it better with what I bring to the table. So, that was one of the big things.
And we talk about that a lot with former players that are on. When fans ask about a recruit, whether or not wanting to come into a position because there's other people there, and you just answered it. A competitor thinks that they can help. That's why they're there, that confidence. And you have that confidence. Of course, you've got 3 years behind you where you've averaged 15 points. You're a scorer. What is it, having watched Trace Jackson and those guys play some, that you can do to help improve that offense?
One of the best things I do is penetrate. I can finish around the rim. I'm athletic. I can score the ball, pass. It doesn't really matter. I do anything.
And what about these guys you look forward to playing with as far as how they make up the team? You got Race Thompson and a lot of other guys. What do you see as, from the coaching standpoint, that you can get to develop your game that is different from what you've gotten in the past, opportunities that will be here now?
Just the athletic bigs. I haven't really got to play with an athletic big yet in college, rather than high school. The last athletic big I played with was Jalen Smith, which was a lottie picker from Maryland. So that's the last person I played with. We did pretty well together. So I'm just looking forward to playing with another athletic big.
Kevin, you talked about that in your story.
Yeah, Jalen is doing pretty well. Obviously, in the NBA, he's made a pretty good name for himself. I'm curious, Xavier, also if you've talked to Jalen about what it's like maybe playing in the Big Ten as opposed to playing in the ACC.
No, I haven't talked to him yet. Jalen's not a big social media guy, so he probably hasn't seen that. I'm probably going to Indiana. So,
have you heard any stories about what maybe the change in conferences in terms of what you expect in terms of a lot of people say the Big Ten's a pretty physical league. Have you heard that from other guys? Or
yeah, I know it's pretty a pretty physical league from just playing Iowa. I think I played Iowa my freshman year, Northwestern sophomore year, Rutgers sophomore year, and Northwestern again my junior year. So I mean, every time we played them, it's been physical. So I like the game like that. I don't like the softness about the game when it comes to calling fouls. So
You broke a 34-year-old freshman scoring record at Pitt, and you just kept going and have that 3 years of experience behind you. Something, again, Indiana has some experience, but not at the point guard spot as much. But Rob Finney has tons of experience, but he's been more of a defender. And now you have a lot more guard opportunity. Also, Christian Lander, a guy that is probably going to learn a lot from you. Have you thought about that, working with a Christian and what he can get from you, because he's a very talented athlete?
Yeah, I've heard. I'll talk to him a little bit. No, he seems like a good kid. I just want to get to know him better, and I hope I can help him learn a lot of things.
How do you pass on to the next guy? What is it? Because that is so important in talking. That's another thing in talking with the former players here, that passing everything down, whether it's tradition, whether it's play, whether it's about the game or going from a freshman to a senior. That's a lot of responsibility. I mean, you're a veteran now, and all of that responsibility is part of that. But you're coming to a new team. Kind of difficult to do that. How do you do that to the younger guys, being a new guy?
I mean, I think it'll kind of be good. Just from what I did for my experiences in my last 3 years, my stats say it all. So, I mean, I could probably just talk to him. I ain't gonna yell at him or anything, but I could just talk to him and be a good teammate. And I mean, just really talk to him. I mean, that's the main thing. But I'm not really much a big talker. I like to show people what I can really do on the court, and that's how I lead by example.
Kevin?
You have a close relationship, obviously, with Kenya Hunter, so does Parker Stewart. What makes him effective in terms of connecting with people? What kind of bond do you have with Kenya, and what makes him, do you think, a good coach in that way?
I mean, I have trust with Kenya and Coach Wilson, obviously, and all the coaches on the coaching staff. But I mean, me and Kenya's relationship go back to my junior year when he first started recruiting me. He got me to go to Nebraska first, and I backed out of that when he left. So, I mean, we have a good relationship. I mean, I can't really speak on it. I mean, it's not much to say about our relationship.
Beyond coaches and the roster right now, Indiana itself, a program that is known, obviously, for basketball throughout the country, long time tradition. How much of that went into it? Have you been on campus at all yet? Have you seen you haven't seen the facilities? Have you ever been in Assembly Hall?
I mean, I seen it on a little Zoom, but I love it. I love it there. I haven't been there yet. I love it.
That's amazing. That Assembly Hall, of course, one of the venues known throughout college basketball, is had been one of the most dominant, and a lot of fans were expecting it to be just that again very soon. No fans last year. This year, fans expected back. It's a very loud place to play in, and fun if you're on the winning team, of course. But not having fans last year, how much are you looking forward to that in itself, of having people in the stands?
I mean, I'm looking very much to it. I put fans all my life, so I mean, it'll get my adrenaline pumping back again. I can probably get a little bit more athletic on the rim, so that'll help.